Here we are. So today is the 10th of May, and it's Mother's Day. And just a reminder that however you show up is totally a-okay. There is no expectation to show up. I mean, it's funny, we call these things practices, right? One of my teachers once says, practice makes permanent. These are practices. So however we show up, you show up for practice. If you are playing a sport, you go for practice. It's not a game. No one's keeping score here. So I'm so glad that you can all be here live. I'm glad for those of you who can join later. And please always feel welcome in our sessions, in our classes, however you want to show up, especially when you're not feeling great. Especially then, right? It's one thing when we're feeling on top of the world. That's not when the practices have their most value. They have their most value when we're a little off, when we're feeling a little depressed, when the worries are just nipping at our heels. That's when we need the practice. That's when we need to reconnect to Source. What are these practices for? They help us reconnect to Source. Source is where we come from. Source is where we're going. Source is present with us every single day, every minute, every second, every breath. It's always here and we forget. We forget. And this is part of the journey. It's okay to forget and it's okay to remember again. And the practices infuse us with that a little bit more and a little bit more each time. And then we forget our essential nature is unlimited. Our essential nature is goodness. Our essential nature is timeless. And we came here for this journey. We signed up for this journey of being a human. And so especially when you're not feeling great, mentally, physically, emotionally, giving yourself that space to plug back in. You charge your phone every day, don't you? So this is the way that we charge up. Whichever of the three centers needs nourishment more, we'll receive it in these practices. We stretch and move and open for the body. The body needs strength building. The body needs stretching. The body needs therapies. It's a rough and tumble world out there, isn't it? We get beat up a little bit. It just happens. And then our heart needs soothing and time to express itself, to feel what needs to be felt. Every day we go through things in a world that has other people in it. And we bump into each other. Things happen. So we give ourselves space and time to feel and to breathe. To receive what's there to receive and to let go of what's there to let go of. It takes time. It's not instant. We can't rush the process. And then the mind can tend to get a little frantic, spinning on loops, worrying about things that haven't yet happened, dwelling on the past. It's natural. It's part of the journey that we're here on. And our practice gives the mind space to settle, for the ripples in the pond of the mind to smooth out so that the reflection that we see, the reflection that is our perception of reality, becomes a little more clear. It becomes a little easier to see what's true, to see what's right, to see reality as it is, not how we want it to be, not how other people's impressions are. That's what these practices do. So especially when you're not feeling that great, I'm glad that you can come and be with us. So let's make some space for practice. Open up a window a little bit, especially if you're in this beautiful spring weather. Welcome in that fresh chi. And if you go to open a window, pause for a moment. Take a full breath right where that air is and embrace the freshness and the newness of this spring day.